Hey everybody, good morning. Mestre Sukuri coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. It's been a while since I've had time to make a video here on Master Vibes on YouTube. I'm promoting a lot and it's been really busy. My new book should be ready hopefully in the next few weeks or in a month. It's been a long process. We had some bumps in the road along the way, but it's coming together. We've decided on a title and I'll share the title with you. Capoeira Fire. Reflections on the international capoeira community. So it's some personal insights and some reflections by me, my opinions on what I've seen since my last book, okay? But today I want to talk to you guys about something a little different. Something I've always had in the back of my mind, and I might have mentioned this before, but this morning, I'm a big fan of Mestre Pulmao. He does a lot of stuff in Portuguese, and he teaches in Serbia, in Belgrade, I believe. And I'm a big fan of his because he says a lot of things that I think need to be addressed. And it's funny, he says the same thing, right? This is my opinion. I'm not the person who knows what the absolute truth is. But you know what? I respect him a lot. And I'll put the link in the video of today's video because it reminded me to do this video today, which is pretty much the same topic. So what's the topic? He's talking about how people see, devaluating capoeira. And I want to talk about, in English, something he doesn't hit. What he tends to hit is Portuguese for Portuguese, for Brazilian capoeira teachers. And that's kind of like his focus. And I think that's fantastic. But what I always want to focus on is us as international capoeira teachers teaching outside and who are not native Portuguese speakers to be able to follow what he says or to understand and get some amazing advice from him. So what I've seen a lot over the last 20, 30 years is a lot of undervaluing of capoeira. But this doesn't only happen in capoeira. This happens in everything, okay? For example, when I first came to Japan in 1999, I worked with a lot of professional Brazilian musicians and dancers. And over the years, the biggest complaint from the Brazilian artist community here in Japan. Now, when I say the Brazilian artist community, I say it because that's the people I worked with, okay? Those are the main people that I toured with shows when I was doing capoeira shows and performed lives. So for example, my Uncle Francis, my Papai Daimion, Silvio Anastasio, a bunch of people who are still here or not, but we traveled because they were the ones who had the connections to call me for shows. Okay, so over the years they were complaining a lot about how Brazilian music, samba music especially, the value was going lower, and lower. To keep in mind, a lot of those guys came during the Japanese bubble where they were paid a lot, right? And then there was very few people doing what they did. But during time, because more and more people are doing it, people here in Japan are more doing it, like the United States, we say more and more Americans are teaching capoeira and lowering the price or lowering the overall value. I can't really speak about it right now because I'm not teaching in the United States, but I can speak about Japan. So lowering the price, so devaluating on a monetary thing. But I don't want to talk about that so much as my reflections as an American teacher teaching in Japan. What I've seen as I travel a lot too is a lot, especially now with YouTube, here I am with you guys on YouTube, is because there's been such an influx of so much free information, so much social media and free information. Hey guys, I look at Instagram and I watch a lot of capoeira stuff and I get ideas from there to teach and to run my classes and a lot of stuff. Everybody, okay? Everybody gets it, okay? I'm not saying it's bad, but I think we really need to be careful because at the end of the day, we start to think everything is free in capoeira. Everything is free in samba. Everything is free in what we do. I wonder, I don't have enough background to talk to people who do this, like for example, BJJ or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And, Are people in BJJ starting to feel bad about teaching and paying for classes when they can learn stuff on the internet, on YouTube? Or because they know it's a physical interaction thing, they have to train with another person, they're still willing to pay for their school fees. And I'm sure this will happen after Corona. This will be a big question. So I wonder about capoeira because, I plan to be doing this as a career for the next 30 or 40 years, God willing. So how do we understand not to devaluate capoeira? First and foremost, I think it comes a person-to-person basis. When I was taking business classes, and I like to refer to it because, this is what I do, so I need to talk about how I see it. We took marketing, we took entrepreneurial theory, corporate strategy, a lot of different things. And it's always the one point that's always in each class is that people who want stuff free will always go to free. People who want cheap will always go cheap. For example, if you're teaching capoeira for less than this person here, if somebody else comes here, most likely that person who was the student here will go here. Why? Because they're always looking for the better deal. That's their choice, okay? Regardless if that makes a good choice or not, that's their choice. So we need to also understand that there are also people, and keep in mind that we need to value capoeira. We need to support capoeira to keep it high, as something special and of value, inclusive of not monetary value, but prestige value, right? If we act like capoeira is cheap, then people will see it as cheap. And I'm talking to people who are teaching capoeira, who are on the path of capoeira the way I am, who live from capoeira. Even if your main job isn't capoeira and you're just teaching as a hobby or something, remember there are people out there teaching. It's like, imagine you set up a free hamburger shop next to a McDonald's. I'm not talking about the political issues, whatever you want to think about. I'm talking about simple. There's employees over there needing to get paid. There's a business, there's investors. I don't really think setting up, for example, how would you like it if I went to where you work and set up the same exact thing for free? Right? All of a sudden the conversation changed. For example, if you're a manager at a supermarket and I set up and I go into your boss and say, I can do the same job for free. And your manager fires you and says, sorry, I got somebody who'll do it for free or for half the price. How would you feel? So I think it's very important that we remember that capoeira also has to, if we want to keep capoeira prestige high, people naturally, especially parents, equate Japanese price with also the quality and the prestige of capoeira. BJJ charges a lot. Yoga charges a lot. I don't really hear about capoeira people charging a lot. I know I can't. And this is because over the last 20 years, I've seen so many people here in Japan whose job isn't capoeira really lowering the prices or charging for free. That affects the market. And to be honest, before it used to stress me out. Now I don't, because now I know that what I charge, I give a professional service for. So the people who come here, and fortunately, thank you, being very blessed, we're growing. Even during this time, I'm getting a lot more kids, and my capoeira group's growing. And I think a lot of that is because I'm presenting myself and what I do in a very professional manner. I am raising the prestige of capoeira. My area is not like a main center of Tokyo where I can charge, $200 or whatever. I'm just throwing a number up in the air. But I can charge a stable fee. I can charge for what I charge for capoeira and pay for my academia, pay for the lights, pay for the cleaning, and at the same time, create a very good environment for my students, family, and my capoeira community. Okay? So we, as capoeira teachers, need to always think, are we keeping the prestige or the value of capoeira high enough? I know people who have taught capoeira who don't need to make money from it. And they teach it thinking they're doing a good job, but actually when you see what they do, you're like, this person really doesn't care. That does affect the market. these are just my opinions, and I thought I'd throw it out there because I thought the video was really good. Again, I'll link it in the bottom. Guys, I'm going to start to doing more and more Mestre vibes because there's a lot of good videos that I think need to be touched upon. And if you're interested in what we're doing or what you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share. A lot of love, a lot of peace, a lot of ashe, Mestre Sukuri.